Good morning. I've been making breakfast now, and Ashley is out taking the kiddies to like families to have like some sleepover time for summer. And I thought I'll come out on the balcony and set it up for breakfast to have some couple time. He actually done up the balcony. It's now got the privacy screen round with some lights, and it didn't take long at all. And he just clipped it up with the zip ties to hold it, and it looks really, really nice. So I thought I'd take advantage of the balcony and time alone and have some breakfast out here. I'm gonna set up now and wait for him to come home and enjoy some breakfast. It was really nice having breakfast. Like, I think I need to do that more often, even for myself as well, just stepping out. Now that the privacy screen is there, I'm definitely going to be out there early in the morning with my Bible or just a cup of tea, staring at the sky as I always do. So breakfast was nice, and it's really nice to catch up with Ashley as well. He took a day off as well so that we can actually have the time together. So while I'm at home, even though I've got this like quiet time, I still need to do some work. Probably the best time to like focus. Normally I set in the week a couple of days off where I have like block 2 to 3 hours where I'm just focusing on writing, which really helps with like my books and stuff like that I'm trying to get focused and get done, and even preparing content as well. Having a writing schedule, or even having like a work schedule of things that you need to do is so beneficial because creating balance really does help. I definitely have incorporated that every single week, focused on like family time, work time, me time, couple time, and all that kind of things. And when it flows, it's just a piece that just comes through because you feel accomplished every week that you've managed to do so many things. Speaking of writing, I have brought out my journal devotional book, which is available on my website, and it's also available on Amazon. So I'll put everything in the description for you. I wrote this journal prompt at a time where I needed it. I hadn't had it then, but when I was overwhelmed at the beginning of the journey of like my YouTube journey and trying to become a better person and just realizing like motherhood was like literally crushing me, I was working on how I can be better and how I can come out of that feeling, and also stepping out of my comfort zone. And so I wrote the book. It's called In Him I Am Loved. It's basically affirmations to just affirm yourself every single day, every week, and then a bunch of journal prompts because I love journal prompts. A bunch of journal prompts that are incorporated within it to kind of get you thinking, kind of get you changing and seeing where you're at and where you want to change. So that is available on my website, and it's also available on Amazon. I'll link them all down below for you. And while we're talking about my website as well, I have launched my website. It's called Ayisat.com, and it's a beautiful website of my blogs, and you can join in and subscribe to your weekly devotional newsletter that I send out every Monday. And when you're part of that team, you do get discounts on other things, and you get the loop in other things that I don't actually share out publicly. So that's a good thing to be a part of. And I'm so proud of my website, I'm proud of my books, and I'm proud of all the stuff that's yet to come because I've been working really, really hard. And obviously, as you know, as a mom, as a wife, as my own person, it can be difficult to get things done. But as I've always said in all my blogs, that you are capable and know your worth. And whatever you set your mind to, you can get it done. I also have a book that I previously wrote at the beginning called Starting Over. That book was basically how I felt then, was to start again when you feel like you feel defeated, you feel like you have no direction, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. And it was just like a boost of encouragement from me to you to explain how to start over, what God thinks of you, how you're supposed to go. And it's just like an encouragement book. It's called Starting Over. Everything will be linked below. I am very proud of that book also. So I have that, I have the journal prompt, and I have many more that I'm working on that is yet to come. So please do subscribe, please do buy your book, enjoy the website. It has all my blog posts on there as well, and my and just ways of, I'll be writing more. I'll be constantly, like, it's there now. So I will be chatting to you guys on there. And obviously I've already shared this on my community page as well. As I said, I'm just going to get on with some work right now, and I'm going to bring a scripture to you about balance. This is something that I've always said, actually, creating a balance. And I found the scripture because I haven't read the whole Bible, but I've read a good chunk of it because I like to take my time. I like to find the meanings. I like to write things from it and what I've learned, and obviously apply it to life and meditate on the word also. I don't want to rush through anything. But I mean, you can read the same scripture 2 times and it'll give you 2 different meanings because it applies to different parts and different seasons of your life. If you look on my community page, I also added in this poster that I found of the time it takes to read different books in the Bible. I was looking for this for the longest time because I wanted to basically get through a chunk of the Bible quite quickly throughout the year. Well, where is something that can tell me how quick it is, the time frame, so that I can kind of like work through it quite quickly, but obviously take my time. And I found the poster and I was like, yes. I mean, even though it says it takes 12 minutes or 10 minutes or 8 minutes, for me, it still takes an hour or two because I'm literally like reading through it, highlighting, write this meaning, and then something will pop in my head and I have to write that down. I have to journal a little bit, create some journal prompts, create threads, create tweets, create a blog post from it. Then the Lord's talking to me, then I'm writing that down. So it does take me more than that. But to be honest, maybe I kind of conquer like one a day. So all those little bits that I said, like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, I get through those every day. And then I haven't gone to like the hour ones yet, like the Psalm and stuff like that. But it's been really enjoyable and I've learned so much. And the great thing about it is that even though I'm like picking and going through it to be able to read the chunks of the Bible, God is still meeting my need. As like, if I have a prayer point in the morning, do grab my devotional guide. It's on my website as well. That teaches you how to go through the word and where to start from and how to like ask yourself the right questions and how to pray, blah, blah. So that's also on my website as well. I start with like a prayer point first and then a thankfulness, and then I will read the word. And it always seems like whenever I read the word, the answer is right there. It's just the way God speaks to me and how his timing works with the word. It's just like as soon as I have a point about point A, I randomly pick something, or it pops in my head, read this word, or I join a Bible plan, it's like, read this word. God will meet my need. And he does say the word that I will meet your need. And he literally answers me, or I get more clarification on what I was worried about or the topic that I was dealing with. And it's just about building a relationship with God. Like, God has the time, so you have to make the time as well. Anyway, so Psalm 127, verse 2 says, It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, and to eat bread of sorrows, for he gives his beloved sleep. Which basically means like the Lord will give you sleep, will give you rest, right? So there's no point of going overboard with things that you need to do, like working yourself to absolute, like to the bones, and like overstressing, overthinking all the stuff, because it kind of shows that you're not trusting God to move for you. Where he's giving you rest, you need to give him faith and give him the trust that whatever he's called you to do and the things that you are focused on will come to pass, and your prayers will be answered. That's one of his promises as well. And so that's what that scripture kind of meant. It's like creating a balance, right? Don't do too much that you don't need to. Plan yourself out accordingly. Have peace. Create like the self-care moments where you can take time and actually apply what you read into your life and like learn and journal and things like that. So yeah, I've been saying it. And when I found the scripture, I was like, that's the word of today. But anyway, I'm going to get on with what I need to do. And yeah, I'll catch you on my blog and in my books. Okay. It's evening at the moment and I'm currently making dinner. So while I'm making dinner and while the kiddies are a bit settled, I was thinking as well, like I really want to step out of my comfort zone. And so I was praying the other day and just journaling and asking God. So there are a lot of things that I want to do to step out of the comfort zone, and I want to be comfortable in doing so. There's a lot of activities I want to do, and I feel like I haven't had a chance to really like explore. So I was just praying about it and just like obviously bringing it to the Lord, like what can I do and how can I do it? Because sometimes there are restrictions physically and there's sometimes restrictions with your mind as well. I was just praying about it and came across this scripture. So this is Isaiah 30:21. It says, "Your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Whenever you turn to the right hand or whenever you turn to the left," like basically you hear my word. And so the right and the hand is basically like the enemy, like distractions or things that will turn you away from where you need to be. And obviously the word behind you is what God says, right? Because he's with you, he's directing your steps. And so it really gave me that breakthrough for direction and some ideas. And when I pray, God does tell me exactly what to do in certain situations. And so I'm being intentional, and it's just giving me the motivation to like really step out of the my comfort zone. And I was watching this TikTok and this lady was saying overthinking is from the enemy because it will just deter you away from everything you need to do. Basically, you can get stuck in the planning process. It can feel so nice to plan the whole week or plan everything you want to do, and then to take the leap and to actually do these things is where you get stuck, or where I get stuck sometimes. I do challenge myself a lot, and I have done so much from the beginning of my journey till now, but there's so much I still want to do and I can do. And I've spoken about this before in my vlogs about being capable of doing so many things. It's literally just a mindset change. With that scripture and with God behind me, I'm going to press forward in doing so many things. So I also wrote, my eyes just caught this. It says, God desires for me to listen to his voice. It's so important to hear him because we can hear our own thoughts. We can hear like maybe what the enemy's trying to say or what's trying to put on us, or doubts, whatever. And God is a God of peace. And I just want to encourage anybody out there who wants to step out of their comfort zone, know that you can do it, and just pray about it and pray for some ideas and things like that. And I'm sure it'll be peaceful. But yeah, I'm gonna have dinner with the family and I'll see you tomorrow. Different without a dip.